I keep meeting my birth mom, but she doesn't know it's me. She had me when she was 14, and I, 24 male, was given up for adoption. My parents told me about her growing up. I still have the letter she wrote me that she asked if they could give to me if they wanted. It's crazy reading it sometimes and knowing it was a literal child who wrote it, saying she's sorry she couldn't be my mommy, but she hopes I'm happy. She was open to having contact, but we moved from my dad's job when I was 11, and then it seemed impossible to find her. But luckily I did. She's working at this small restaurant, and I keep going, but she doesn't know it's me. We talk sometimes, and she seems like a nice lady. Sometimes when she says something like, quote, "Do you want a refill, honey?" or uses another term like that, I want to tell her. I don't know why it makes me nervous. We talk sometimes, and she seems really genuine. If it's not super busy, she's more open to talking about random stuff. I literally drive 2 hours to come eat at this place just to see her.
Wow.
And it's like she knows me already because I'm there once or 2 times a week for the past 3 months. So she always says hi with a big smile. But man, if she only knew.
Wow.
Yeah. So this was originally posted in like Off My Chest, which is like just a place to like go and like vent confessions. And so the comments are what made this all amazing.
Okay.
What?
I don't know. It's just a really cool story. It's just like,
Oh, just wait.
and just driving that long, and you'd be in a place where you just so badly want to say something, but then now you've been in it for a minute, and it makes it almost even harder. Like the
Yeah.
longer you wait.
I know. So one of the top comments on this, I used to long for my daughter that was adopted. I would visit a neighborhood park, watching all the children to see if I might recognize something in a child that would tell me she was mine. Years later, when my daughter was older, I sought her out. We have had a wonderful relationship for the last 15 years. She was at that park. Found out she grew up 5 miles from me. She could be craving reconnection as much as I did. I wish you a fulfilled journey and much love.
Yeah, that's cool.
Amazing. Tell her, please. I know it's difficult, but you say you want to. My mom gave up her first son through a closed adoption and searched for him for 30 years. It was heartbreaking when he finally found her and turned out to not be a great person. You've already met her, and you know that the two of you get along. I don't know either of you, but knowing what my mom went through, I doubt that a day goes by that she doesn't wonder where you are.
That is true. That is true. You don't have to, like, you kind of, I mean, you don't know her necessarily from these interactions, but you at least know that you can tell, like, the
Yeah.
personality.
Oh, for sure. All throughout the comments, there's amazing stories of people just being like, I wish that like I could find my birth mom, or I'm trying to connect with someone. This comment goes, "Baby, why can't you tell her?" This makes me tear up. It's hard. I don't know why. Every time I'm on my way, I'm thinking, okay, this time I'm going to tell her. It feels easier talking to her without the heavy emotional stuff. But at the same time, I want her to know I'm her son.
Yeah, that's true.
And so people are like, have you thought about leaving her a note? Leave your phone number, explain you're nervous, but would love to talk to her if she wants to. And so they just gave him like a bunch of ideas to reach out.
Oh, I think it'd just be so cool just right there.
As someone who was adopted and found my biologicals, as well as being a server/bartender, if you do leave her that note, that would be the most valuable tip she has ever received. Oh.
Yeah.
There's so many good comments. So this is definitely going to be one.
So basically
to look
saying,
at.
do it.
Yeah, everyone was like, do it. Do it, do it, do it. And for the update.
Okay. All right. Give it to me.
Well, I did it, I told her. And yeah, it was pretty heavy. My heart was even beating fast. I kept trying to think of how to tell her. Many of the comments on my last post here mentioned writing her a letter, just how she wrote a letter for me. Originally, that was the plan, but for me, it felt like I needed to say it. Oh, really quick, I want to say thanks to everyone for their love and support, mostly to all the birth parents out there who shared their stories with me.
Amazing.
That's what really pushed me to have the courage to confront her. It meant so much, so thanks. Everything happened day before yesterday, by the way. I did wait for her to be done with her shift, and that was when they were closing the restaurant already, and waited in the parking lot. We said hi when she saw me first, but then I told her there was something serious that she needed to know. First, told her sorry for keeping it from her this long. She didn't react until I actually pulled out her letter, and she started bawling from there, like screaming, crying at the same time, and didn't even have to finish the whole "I'm your son" speech. She just saw it and knew. It was crazy. Next thing I know, she's hugging me instantly, but then she pulled back and asked if it's okay to hug me. Of course it is, and we're just there hugging and crying in the parking lot. It hit her hard, though. Her legs gave out for a second, so I had to actually hold her up while she's still hugging me for a minute. What really got me was her saying to me, "Look how big you got." Also, hearing her cry made me cry too. She went back to open the restaurant up. She wouldn't take no for an answer. We had coffee, ate a slice of their pie inside, and talked.
Nice.
So much stuff we talked about. She told me the second time I came to the restaurant, she got a feeling, but for her, it was hard to believe it was me. So that feeling she had was pushed way down. Because she told me for years after I was adopted, she saw kids that would be my age and used to think they were me. Then she would be crying in public. It fucked with her mind a lot and made her depressed, so she didn't want to do the same when she saw me, getting her hopes up like that. She says I look so much like my biological dad when he was younger, though. We talked about him too. They stayed in contact with each other in case I ever reached out to one of them, so it would be easier to contact the other. I didn't have hope about finding my biological dad since he was never mentioned, so I'm glad they both planned for this future scenario. She told me about how they wanted to keep me, especially my bio dad. He didn't want me to be adopted, but he knew they had to because they were just kids. It took him a long time to get past it. After I was born, she told me. That's why he didn't leave anything, because he didn't want to believe he might not see me again. We talked for hours, till almost 2 in the morning. They closed at 11. She just wanted to know everything about me, but her main thing was, am I happy? Ugh. Were my parents good to me? Did I have a happy childhood? And I did. I told her, thank you for helping to give me this life. We both cried again. She cried the most. Everything was very emotional for her. Sometimes she would look really happy, but then get sad again. After my 18th birthday, she was hoping I would find her. That's why she stayed in the same city. But since I didn't, she always thought maybe I resented her, wasn't told I'm adopted, or maybe had decided it was better not to have her around.
Wow.
It made me feel bad for not telling her sooner. She told me it's not my fault and I did right going at my own pace. Honestly, she's so sweet. The way she kept looking at me with the biggest smile, it made me emotional sometimes. Makes you think, how can someone who's been a total stranger your whole life look at you with so much love? It's wild.
Yeah.
We learned so much about each other. She asked me if we could have dinner soon to keep talking, and if at some point in the future, if I'm interested, come over to her house so I can meet her husband. That all sounded really great. We exchanged numbers. After I left, she sent a text telling me thank you for giving her this gift that she didn't know if it would ever come. My girlfriend came over and she hugged me while I cried. I wasn't sad, by the way. These were happy tears. Everything went better than I expected. There was still emotionally heavy stuff, but I'm still glad that we got to open up to each other.
That's amazing.
It's so cute.
I can't even imagine the rush of emotion.
I know.
And just the way of going about it, and kind of, because you're just like, why are you standing in the parking lot waiting for me after work? And
I
then
know.
you get to the point where you just pull out the letter, and it's like, I mean, I can't imagine. It'd be the most crazy moment.
It's amazing. Like when I first read it, I was like, oh my God, she was probably so scared at first, because we listened to, I don't even know how many hours of true crime podcasts driving across the country. So like if this was me, my first thought, like some stranger approaching me in the parking lot, I'd be like, what's going on?
I know.
Like,
at least they had some interaction, but
months of
just the pulling out the letter, and oh my God, like the craziest part is just, from her perspective, is just not knowing. And like you stay and you hold out this hope, but then you may never meet. Like she said, that he may never even have known if he was adopted.
I know, because some parents, I mean, you hear about it that some people don't find out they're adopted until like an ancestry DNA test
Right.
or 23andMe. And then
That'd
it's
be
like,
so
wait,
crazy. But just from her perspective of that wonder and that just holding out hope, I mean, it'd just be probably the most amazing moment of your entire life. I mean, it'd
yeah,
be crazy.
totally. But I'm looking through like their responses, and someone goes, I love this update. This made my day. Sorry to be a pill, but if/when you meet your bio dad, can you update again? And so OP responds, yeah, sure thing. She messaged me this morning, and my bio dad knows.
Nice.
He really wants us to meet, but we'll see when that happens. She said he was doing a work project in another state, but he's flying back home soon.
Cool.
Ugh, so amazing.
I know. Just, I haven't thought about all these emotions, but just like, are you happy? Did I make a good choice for you in your life?
Because that probably ate her up every single day.
Wow.
Every day.
Wow.
Yeah. Adoption is, I mean, that's such a sacrifice. It's the most selfless thing you can do. And, you know, whatever choice you make when you're pregnant, it's got to be the best one for you. And so it's like, it's just, it takes a strong person to raise a kid. It takes a strong person to give one up. It just takes a strong person to be pregnant. Like, but then to just wonder, like, did I make that right choice? Like, you know, you were saying it's.
And then to just reconnect and have that fulfillment would be.
I know.
I mean, you just feel complete at that point. I'm sure you feel incomplete. And then, you know, having that would be, and then the continued relationship going forward would just be amazing.
Really, really amazing. I still can't believe like Reddit pushed him to tell her. Who knows how long he would have gone?
I know. I feel like he was tempted.
He was
because he was thinking on the way there.
Definitely tempted.
And it's kind of like that feeling, I guess, you know, equate it to when you're like a teenager and your friends are like, ask that girl out. But when you get to that moment, how hard it is, this is on a whole new level.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
can you imagine just saying, I'm your son?
No.
Like, I love it though.
I'm so happy.